So this week's tip comes from back when I was visiting home in Chicago back in college. I was at a shoot-around scrimmage at the local pool I grew up at. This particular pool had a deep end cage constructed out of square aluminum tubes. And it had wooden pieces on its feet to not mar up the gutter where it sat. And we just tied up with a rope to the starting block so it stayed put where it was. It was all great, but the only issue was it definitely was not regulation height from the crossbar to the water. I don't know the exact measurement, but for reference purposes, I'd say it was 2.5 feet up from the water surface instead of the regulation 3 feet for the crossbar. When taking shots that evening, I knew that and I kind of focused on it. It was nice knowing I didn't have to elevate as high, or at least worry about elevating as much. I could put more focus on just reading the shot going left or right mostly. I felt the shooter's perspective of that geometry, and I didn't have to worry about wasting all that energy popping up and out. Instead, I just needed to elevate out enough in order to explode left or right. I still need to elevate. You move faster through air than water. I then took that mental approach back to a regulation cage. My shot recognition, my patience, my lateral movement totally improved. So in a regulation 3 feet high cage, it's still the same mechanics if a shot's going truly bar down height. You just move your head and your blocking hand just a little higher from where you're actually playing. But I kept all those good mechanics thinking about that cage.
Just for reference purposes, I know the regulation cage is 90 centimeters tall and 3 meters wide. So this is just saying that's the full height. Here we go. So what would it look like if you had to block shots in a cage that's 10 feet wide still, or exactly 3 meters wide, but only 60 centimeters tall, or roughly 2 feet high? I use this now as a coaching reference, calling this a ceiling. For younger kids, I have fun. I give them the imagination that ceiling is made of sugar glass, like in action movies for stunts. It breaks real easy. More advanced goalies, sometimes I simply say there's a pretend ceiling just pushing you down from going higher. You're going to want to still elevate out with everything that you have in order to go laterally faster, but it naturally puts you in a more aggressive position, and it reduces that habit if a goalie just likes to pop up with a straight back. You'll see this in later videos. The aggressive position also leads to better hand usage for pushing. I get a good slap right there. So all these are good examples. I'm thinking about not breaking the ceiling. You see the space above my head, but I can still reach the high corner, but quicker. So I tell her to do some bad examples on purpose. And right here, just by breaking the ceiling on purpose, she doesn't know. She doesn't even go straight to the corner. She reached above the crossbar. From the side, you can see her back is straight and it's more passive. It's really high, but it's not as aggressive as right now where she corrects it. And she can still get to all the corners and much quicker.
So once I teach about the ceiling, I can use it in other drills and gameplay. Sometimes you need to break it, sometimes you need to get up to it, sometimes you need it for that pressure for an aggressive position. I'll talk more about this in future videos. Like, follow, subscribe, and share. If you're a coach, feel free to direct message any questions you might have.